If you've been scrolling through endless pages of robotic pool cleaners, watching the same glossy videos, and still feel stuck wondering whether any of them actually live up to the hype, this review is here to settle that. I've spent the last few weeks watching the Dolphin Explorer E40 do its thing in a friend's 45-foot Inground pool, read through the specs, and compared a handful of buyer questions that keep popping up on forums. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First off, the biggest hesitation people have is that does it really clean the whole pool, or just spin around a corner? The Explorer E40 promises wall climbing and a Waterline scrubber brush, which sounds like it could finally get rid of those stubborn algae rings that standard robots miss. In practice, the robot's ability to climb the tiled walls is impressive thanks to its magnetic drive system. It actually latches onto the surface and drifts up, rather than just sliding down like cheaper models. That means the Waterline, where most homeowners see a thin green or brown film, gets a dedicated pass every cycle. I saw the brush gently sweep away the discoloration on a 12-inch high tile line in under 10 minutes, and the pool looked noticeably clearer afterward. That said, the always-connected Wi-Fi feature is a double-edged sword. On the plus side, you can fire up the app from your phone, set a cleaning schedule, and even watch a live map of where the robot has been. For someone who's away on weekends and wants the pool ready for a spontaneous barbecue, that remote start is a real time saver. The downside? The app can be a little finicky on older Android devices, and if your home Wi router is tucked far from the pool house, you might get occasional dropouts that force the robot to revert to its internal timer. It's not a deal breaker, but it's something to keep in mind if you're hoping for a completely hands-free experience. Who should consider the Explorer E40? If you own an in-ground pool up to about 50 feet long, have a mix of smooth plaster and tile, and you've already tried manual vacuuming or a basic robotic cleaner that never quite reaches the walls, this unit is a logical step up. Families that host weekend pool parties will appreciate the set-and-forget scheduling, because you can program a 90-minute run while you're in the kitchen, and come back to a pool that's already been scrubbed. Homeowners who are tech-savvy and enjoy tweaking settings will also get a lot of value from the precise movement controls and the ability to see the robot's path on the app. On the flip side, if you have a very small above-ground pool, or a pool that's already equipped with a built-in filtration system that does a decent job on the Waterline, the extra cost of the E40 may not be justified. Likewise, if you're someone who prefers a truly plug-and-play device without any reliance on Wi-Fi, the always-connected promise could feel more like a gimmick than a benefit. The robot also runs on a 120V power cord that's about 30 feet long. You'll need a nearby outlet or an extension that can handle the amperage, which adds a small but real logistical step each time you set it up. Now let's talk about the practical strengths that set this model apart from the sea of generic cleaners. The Waterline scrubber brush is a dedicated nylon brush that spins at a moderate speed, enough to dislodge algae without damaging delicate tile glaze. In real-world use, I saw a reduction in the classic green line after just 2 cycles, something many reviewers still struggle with. The robot's precise movement algorithm, which maps the pool floor and avoids redundant passes, translates to a shorter cleaning time, roughly 1.5 hours for a 45-foot pool versus the 2-hour runs I've logged on older Dolphin models. That efficiency also means the battery lasts longer. The unit can finish a full cycle on a single charge, then sit in its storage dock ready for the next day. Weaknesses are more about hidden trade-offs than outright flaws. The magnetic wall climbing system works best on smooth, non-porous surfaces. If your pool has a rough plaster finish or a lot of ladder rungs, the robot can lose its grip and slide back down, forcing it to repeat that section. Some owners have reported that the robot occasionally stutters when transitioning from floor to wall, which adds a few extra minutes to the overall runtime. Another point is the debris filter basket. It's sized for typical leaf and sand loads, but if your pool is surrounded by a lot of pine trees, you'll find yourself emptying it more often than the advertised once-a-week claim. The basket is easy to pop out, but it does require a bit of a twist to release the latch, which can be tricky with wet hands. Maintenance beyond the cleaning cycle is straightforward. The robot self-drains water after each run, so there's no standing water left in the unit that could breed mold. The dock includes a quick-release hose for flushing out any stubborn residue.